So let's look at this formula here. It says is equal to. The symbol for is equal to is the equal sign, right? The square on the hypotenuse is c squared. So we can write c squared is equal to, right? The square is the square on the hypotenuse is c squared is equal to the sum of the squares. So what does sum mean? What operation is that? Adding, yes, addition. So let's go alphabetical, alphabetically or alphabetical. Let's use alphabetical order and say a squared plus, because they said the sum, right? So we have to add up these squares, plus b squared. And there we've derived the formula for Pythagoras' theorem. And with this, we're going to be able to find the root value of this square, or we're going to find the square root, okay? Which is what Pythagoras wanted to find here. He wanted this. But to get there, he used squares, okay? So suppose a is equal to 3. Okay, suppose a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 4. And we're going to say 3 centimeters. Okay, because most of your problems will be in centimeters or meters. Most of your problems will have a unit of measurement. Okay, so let's substitute that. Let's substitute 3 centimeters in place of a. So we open up our brackets. We put 3 centimeters with inside. And we square the whole thing. And then we do the same thing again. We substitute again, open up the brackets, put 4 centimeters on the inside. Okay. That's supposed to be centimeters. That looks really bad. So let me try to correct it. 4 centimeters. And we square the whole thing. Now, there's something you need to learn, or you need to remember. We have something called the laws of indices. Okay. And the laws of indices, there's several of them. These are the ones that we're going to use today. We're going to use this one here, where we have a number raised to a power. Let's say, so let me just undo that. Okay, a number raised to a power. And that number that's raised to a power is raised to another power. Okay, so it looks similar to this, right? But it's not exactly that. So, but this is one law that we're going to use today. So let me just write it out for you one time. And to solve this, we multiply the powers. Okay, that would give us the solution if we have a situation like this. The one we're looking at right now looks like this. A, B, so we have 2 terms being raised to a power. And that's what's happening right here. We have 2 terms, a 3 and a cm, being raised to a power. And what do we do? So here's what the law tells us to do. It says raise both the terms to that power. And that's what we're going to do. Okay. The final law that we're going to use today looks like this, where we tell you that the square root is actually raising something to the power of half. Okay. And so if it raises something like a number squared, then that, if we follow the first rule here, then we know that that 2 will be multiplied to half. And what's half of 2, everybody?
0.5.
Half of 2? Half of 2? You have $2 and we half it.
Sir, that one, sir? One.
1, you'll get 1. So these things will come into play as we go along, but I just want you to have them here so that we can refer to them as we go along. Okay, right now we're going to refer to number 2. This is number 1, and this is number 2. So we're going to refer to number 2 law so that we can solve this situation right here. So we know that we have to raise 3 to the power 2, but we also have to raise a centimeter to the power 2, which makes the problem into an area problem. Because you know, when you have square centimeters or centimeters square, you're dealing with area now. You're no longer dealing with a length, which is just 1 dimension. When you deal with area, you're dealing with 2 dimensions. When you deal with volume, you're dealing with 3 dimensions. Let me be more specific. 1 dimension deals with length, 2 dimensions deals with width and length, and 3 dimensions deals with width, length, and height. If you're going down, like if you're on the surface of water and you're going down, then you're dealing with depth. Okay? So those are some information you need to know. Notice I didn't go any higher than 3 dimensions because we don't know what the 4th dimension is. We only know about a dot, which has 0 dimensions, a length, like a line segment, which has 1 dimension, area has 2, volume has 3, and that's all we know as human beings. We have our limitations. Okay. In math, you can come up with 1,000,000 dimensions, but we cannot draw them. So your mathematics can tell you there's 22 dimensions, but we can't draw the objects in that dimension. We can only draw objects within 3 dimensions. Okay, so here we have 3 squared, which gives us what? Does it give us 6?
9.
It gives us 9. Can anybody tell me why?
Because it times 3 by 3, the number itself.
All right, so the 2 tells you how many times to time the base by itself, right? So if it was 3 to the power 3, it would be 3 times 3 times 3. So be careful not to write 6 there. And this would mean 4 times 4, which is 16 centimeters squared. Okay, 9 plus 16 is? Anybody?
25.
25.
Very good, 25 centimeters squared. So 25 square centimeters. So in this, we now know that my c squared, that there are 25 little squares inside of here. So there's 25 squares. One, two, three, four, 5. And then going down this way. One, two, three, four, 5. So if you count up all the squares, all the square centimeters, you'll get 25. All right. But is that what we're looking for? Students, is this our done? Are we finished here?
No.
No, we want to find the root of the square. We want to know this thing here. We know that the area is composed of 25 little squares, but we don't want to know about the squares. We want to know about the length. So we need to do something to both sides of this equation. What is that? We need to use, yes, we're going to have to use number 3. So we're going to square root both sides. But remember what square root means. It means raising something to the power half. And you know, when you raise something that has a power already to another power, you need to multiply those powers. So that means I'm going to be multiplying the square. So it actually looks something like this. Right? And if I follow this rule here, then it's 2 times half, or half of 2, which gives me c to the power 1. But do we write the 1? Will we write the 1, guys?
No.
No, it's understood. And what about this one here? Welcome everybody who's joining. Please keep off your cameras because this is a recorded session. Thank you. So we can actually look at it this way. 25 cm squared. So, but this is what's happening here. So we can go step by step. Square root of 25 is
5.
5. Excellent. Because that's actually 25 is actually 5 squared. And what happens to the square? It turns into a 1. That's why you get 5. And the cm squared, when you put it into this machine, what happens to the little square? It also turns into a 1. So your final answer is no longer an area. It is just a length. So we broke down this area problem into a length. And that, is there any questions? That is what I needed to share with you. Any questions? Okay,